Hi, I'm Emily Scott, and I am the host of Bless Your Mess podcast, where we hear from each other, grow together, and know that we aren't alone in this world. I can't wait for you to hear stories that inspire you and hope that you know that you can go through any struggles and come out the other end better. Hi, everybody. I hope that you are having an awesome day today and that you are drinking your water and you got some great sleep. So this episode, you guys, we are going to be talking about setting goals and what do our goals look like and how do you create goals that are actionable. If you are listening to these episodes right in a row, the last episode was about your why. So what is it that drives you and motivates you? And this will kind of tie right back into that. So goals are something that can help you in every aspect of your life, you guys, whether it is in a relationship or personally or professionally or school. If you're looking to do something with fitness or just getting your laundry done for the day, making your bed, goals are actionable items that we hope to achieve. They can be something small or they can be something huge. So it can be, like I said, something as small as I have a goal to wake up this morning and make my bed, or it can be something along the lines of when I get older, I have a goal of having a family, living in this kind of house, whatnot. Whether it is a big goal or a smaller goal, there is something called SMART goals, SMART. It's an acronym that we will go through together and break down a little bit, but SMART goals are a little bit more measurable, and it's just a guide to help you set goals in a way that can make it more attainable for yourself. So SMART goals. S stands for specific, M is measurable, A is attainable, R is relevant, and T is time. So let's start at the beginning with S, specific. So the more specific your goal is, you guys, the greater it helps you with casting a vision of that goal and understanding that goal and really honing in on attaining that goal. So if a goal of yours is to, let's go with start a family. If your goal is to start a family, and that's your goal right there. Start a family. That's it. It paints a little bit of a picture for us, but not a very specific idea of what you're looking for. If you say, I want to have a goal of having a family that includes my husband and our 2 children and a dog, that gives you a little bit more of a picture. And you guys, it helps you to keep it in mind. So if your goal is just this family, generic, vague family, when you're looking for some motivation to hitting that goal, it's a little bit harder for your brain to picture your vague, generic family because you're not sure about what it really looks like. So your brain is like, okay, great. I want a family eventually, whatever, whenever. And it's not as attainable for yourself. If you say, I want to have a family that includes my husband, my 2 kids, and our dog that's a Labrador Retriever, your brain can really paint a very specific picture, and it helps motivate you, you guys. It helps keep that in your forefront of your mind so that it is more attainable for yourself. Let's move on to M, so measurable. Measurable is how are you evaluating it? So let's stick with the family. So how do you measure when you have attained this goal of having a family? Is it when you get married? Is it when you have your first child? Is it when you have your second child? Is it when you have your husband, 2 children, and your dog? Is it just your husband and your dog? What is it that completes that goal? If you have a goal of getting fit, what does that fitness look like to you? Is it being able to run a mile? Or is it when you hit a certain weight? What is the criteria that is measurable for when you've hit that goal? Moving on to A. So A is attainable, and I've used this word a few times already. But is it attainable? Is it something reasonable that you can accomplish? So with the fitness goal, are you actually able to achieve that goal? Is it something that you are going to be striving for? Let's say you have a goal to enter a swimming race. The first question might be, in attainability, might be, are you able to swim? If the answer is yes, then this is super attainable. If the answer is no, okay, then maybe we should have a goal of learning to swim first, and then we can build that goal to being able to do a swimming race, which this language is probably way off. I know nothing about swimming races. R is relevant. So does this goal line up with your values and what you hope to achieve in the big scheme of things? So does it align with, like we discussed in our last episode, does it align with your why? So let's use an example when it comes to your career. So let's say you want to become more efficient in Excel documents at work. Well, if you are somebody that never uses an Excel document or any Word document or any Google or Microsoft Office documents at all, then is that goal of becoming more efficient using Excel really relevant to what you're doing? Or could you shift it to becoming more efficient at something else? So if you're somebody who maybe works in a job that's heavy on labor, then using Excel documents might be a goal that we could potentially put on the back burner for now. And finally, T is time-based. So setting a time when you would like to have this goal finished, and is it able to get finished in that time? So let's go back to the goal about having a family. Setting an age, or within the next 5 years, I would like to start my family, or by the time I'm 35, I would like my family to be complete. So giving it a time aspect that would be either when you're starting or when you would like to finish, so that you give yourself a deadline, as opposed to this goal going on and on forever and ever, making sure that you really narrow it down. Now, if you go ahead and you Google SMART goals, there are so many resources available online for worksheets or websites that help you with working through each of those 5 letters of the acronym so that you can really narrow your goal down. Okay, so we've picked our goal. We have went through the SMART analysis to kind of narrow it down and really make it specific. But how do you keep reaching for this goal and make sure that it is something you are consistently striving for? Something that a mentor told me previously was make sure that you have it posted all over the place. Whether it's in your car, in your office, in your bathroom, in your bedroom, make sure that it's really posted wherever you are if it is something that you're actively looking to achieve. Print out pictures that remind you of this goal and post it all over your house so that everywhere you look, you are reminded of this goal that you're looking to hit, and it'll help you to keep it forefront of mind and really make sure that you're striving to hit this goal. So a key thing that I just mentioned there is pictures. So print out pictures that remind you of this goal. It's easier for our brain to recognize pictures than to have to read a word out and then correlate that word with a goal. So if we're going back to this idea of having a fitness goal, it might be that instead of writing out be able to lift 150 pounds, it might be that you put a picture of some weights or a picture of somebody that you admire in the weightlifting world. your brain is automatically going to associate that with being able to hit that goal faster than it would if you were to write out the words. And then you guys make a plan to hit that goal. So if it is lifting that 150 pounds, make a goal of, obviously I don't really know a lot about weightlifting, but make a plan to get there. So is it that you're going to the gym 3 to 4 days a week? Is it that when you're going to the gym, you are going to do X workout to increase your strength or your muscles to be able to get to that? When is it that you would like to have that 150 pounds achieved so that you can start to make a plan of in 6 weeks, you will have built up your weight on your dumbbells to be able to do that? Are you going to be using a coach to hit this goal? Or is it something that you feel you are educated enough in it to make the plan yourself and go for it? If you don't start making a plan, however, we can't start taking those first steps in order to be able to get to that big goal. And commit to that plan, you guys. Commit to yourself enough to go for the goal that you're setting. And this goes back a little bit to the last episode as well. So even if it's something as simple as making your bed every single morning, is it because you want to start your day off with a productive mindset that you're making your bed every single morning so you have one thing done? Okay, great. Now keep that why in mind and know that you value yourself enough to do that and stick to it. And 2 things that I find important about goals, these are just personal things that I find important, is to tell others about it and reward yourself. Now, this is just my personality that I love stuff and I love to be rewarded for doing things. So it's a little bit just of my personality. So whatever it is for you, honor your personality, your values, and how you like to be rewarded or not rewarded, however you like to track achievement. But I personally feel that telling people about your goals is really important. For me, there is this aspect of accountability that comes from telling others about your goals that we don't necessarily have when we're just working on it by ourselves, with ourselves. Nobody else knows about it but ourselves. And it totally depends on the goal. So personally, when I decided that I was going to start this podcast, I made it publicly known that I was going to start this podcast because it was a big goal of mine. But it was also something that I knew if I didn't tell other people, I might not commit to it all the way. Same goes for my sobriety. When I decided that I was going to stop drinking, I made sure to tell my family and friends just so that they could help keep me on track, but also so that they understood that it was something that's really important to me and I really wanted to go for. And they were able to stand by me on days that were a little bit harder so that they were able to make sure that I was staying sober and not going back on this commitment I'd made to myself. Now, maybe if it's making your bed every single day, you might not tell your friends about that, but maybe your spouse about that or your partner about that, and they can help you on a daily basis. However, you don't have to tell your friends. You don't have to tell anybody about it. It is just something that I find a little bit helpful when looking at goals. And rewarding yourself. I am just somebody that really likes recognition. I like being noticed. I love being able to treat myself. So that's just something personally that I like to do. But it's also something that I set up when I set up my plan for my goal. So in setting up my plan, I also set up rewards for myself at certain benchmarks so that I can keep myself on track with hitting it in my timely manner that I'm looking to do, but also so that I stay motivated along the way. For example, with my fitness goals, if I go to the gym 4 weeks in a row, 3 days each week, I get to buy myself a new workout set. Or when I have hit a certain weight goal, I get to buy myself a new pair of jeans. So different stuff like that just is based on my personality to reward myself to keep motivated towards those goals. Now, that's not necessarily suitable for every goal or every personality, so definitely honor yourself, but it's just an idea for you to be able to keep yourself motivated and accountable as you're working towards your goals. The most important thing, you guys, in setting a goals is just making the decision to do it, though. If we aren't ready to level up or to continue growing, then we don't necessarily need to set any goals. But if you're really in that spot where you're looking to level up, you're looking to grow, you're looking to achieve something more, you're looking for the next best thing, then making a decision to set a goal and going for that goal is really going to be something that gets you to the next level. I love setting goals. I think goals are something that are so important in our lives, so that whether it's just personally, professionally, something in our family life, or anything really, goals are really what is going to take you to the next level in being able to achieve more in your life. So this is just my thoughts and opinions on goal setting. Definitely, if it's something that you are looking into, feel free to do a little bit more research. Everything is available on Google when it comes to goal setting. It is a topic that is highly discussed when coming to personal development, personal growth, reestablishing yourself, getting some self-awareness. But it is something that I am super passionate about. It is something that has truly helped my husband and I, whether it's in our relationship, our personal stuff, our careers. We absolutely love goal setting. So thank you guys so much for listening to this episode today. I hope that you have an awesome rest of your day and week, and I will be talking with you guys again soon. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Bless Your Mess podcast. If you liked what you heard, go ahead and click the subscribe button. If you want to see sneak peeks of the upcoming episodes and stay in the loop, then go ahead and follow us on social media. We are on Instagram and TikTok at Bless Your Mess podcast. We can't wait to share everything that we have coming soon.